Hi, YouTubies. It's me, Zachary Michael. I'm under the weather, and so I don't know why I felt the need to say that right off the bat, but here we are. But also, I know so many of you all have to get home for dinner, so I just want to jump right into the reaction today. And today, we're reacting to my friend Mandy over at Managing the Maze because, listen, this might not actually even be that interesting of a video, okay? It might not be interesting at all, but I'm just like, she literally has a whole video about lasagna. Four different lasagna recipes. Four new mouth-watering lasagna recipes that you will want on repeat. Bar quick and easy recipes. Like, that's a shit ton of lasagna. And I'm also like, how many ways can you make lasagna and it still be lasagna, you know? Like, that's what I'm curious about. That's what I That's what I'm curious about. So Mandy can be your friend, but we can't. Well, Mandy's less of a friend and more of a colleague. Do y'all remember when I used to introduce, like when I did Nikocado avocado videos, and I always introduced him as my colleague, my coworker? That's how I think about all YouTubers, to be honest with you. I think about all of them as being my coworkers, my colleagues, my peers. And Amberlyn is my boss, yes, of course. I never watched your Nikocado avocado videos. Fake fan, Jamie. Jamie, since when did you become a fake fan? Kind of weird. Kind of weird that you didn't watch those videos. I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to watch videos about Nikocado avocado. Crazy. You crazy, crazy girl. Crazy, crazy girl. All right. So that's what we're watching today. I don't know. Chat, do you think that sounds interesting? Does this sound like something? I really wasn't going. I was looking through all the girlies today and just like, ooh, what do I feel like watching? And then I was just like, it's so wild to me that somebody can make a whole video. And maybe it's something real normal. Like maybe one's a veggie lasagna. Like maybe it's like, oh, we do a traditional lasagna, a veggie lasagna.
Love my crema, wheat.
Vampire Kirby, thanks so much for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. A like chicken with like a white sauce, like an Alfredo sauce instead of a red sauce, and I don't know, and then like some other curveball. Maybe she'll make like a Mexican lasagna. I could see. I believe that people have called things that before, right? Maybe it'll be something like that. Ooh, we should do a prediction though, because we're used to watching her make stuff in crock pots and slop and stuff like that. I can't. I'm trying to
Wheat.
maybe a good old beef lasagna. Sure. Oh, a dessert lasagna, that could be a thing. But we should do a prediction to see if she uses a seasoning packet in any of these. Cause like, I don't know. Why would you use a seasoning packet in a lasagna, you know? Will she use a seasoning packet in in a recipe? So that means any of the recipes. So even like maybe if she doesn't use it in the first one, if she uses it in the second one, whoever, whatever, you know? Let's do that. I like that. Not squirt lasagna. Y'all are dark-sided. y'all, y'all are dark-sided. And when I say a seasoning packet, I mean like it comes like this, you know, like in a little paper envelope. Do you feel me? What if the seasoning isn't in a packet? Ah! I don't know. I will fight and argue with you all when we get there, if needed. I don't feel like fighting yet. I don't feel like fighting about it yet. My ex-boyfriend from college's family made lasagna with cottage cheese because they like it soupy. A lot of people use cottage cheese in lasagna in place of ricotta. I think that's I know I know that, well, I don't know about the liking it soupy thing. The soupy thing is, I've had it with cottage cheese where it's not soupy, just for the record. But I do know that that is a thing that people do. So, I don't know. I've yet to figure out how to actively engage in predictions. Click on the little circle in the bottom left-hand corner of your chat, and it should pop up. The prediction should pop up. It should be right there at the top. So, in the meantime, between time, if y'all are ready to watch Miss Mandy May making her mouth-watering lasagna recipes, also, I'll be the judge if they're mouth-watering or not. Put some 69s in the chat, please. It's that time of day. It's that time of day. It's, oh, Posif. 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 I think he's fine. I think he's fine. How do I get the fun 69s? Well, you have a subscription, Queef Latif, so they should be in the emotes, and also in your chat all the way to the right there's a little smiley face that should pull up your emotes. All right, and the 69 should be there.
Love my cream of wheat.
Sam E 88081114. Thanks so much for 3 months of subscribing with Prime. Appreciate it. I'm not paying Jeff Bezos for emotes. Mouth watering the same way you salivate right before you throw up. Okay. All right, let's get started. Let's get started.
Are y'all looking?
Oh, this is a 26-minute long video. Why did I pick this video? I just saw lasagna and my Garfield jumped out. I was like, lasagna? We might skip if necessary.
Something new.
We might skip if necessary.
Since it is the holiday season. Well, you're in the right place because
Okay,
I'm ready
good.
to show y'all 4 of the best
We're so
lasagnas
lucky.
ever. They go
We're
from
so
breakfast
lucky.
to supper.
Does she have
Everything-
something? Did her mascara transfer onto like her upper eyelid? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Maybe you can't see up close enough on my screen, but I have her pulled up real big right over here, and it looks like something's going on there. Is she quiet? She might be a little quiet. I can turn her up. I turned things down earlier because, I don't know, people were... We've had a lot of audio issues. I don't know. Listen, we're doing our best today.
Best lasagnas ever. They go from breakfast to supper and everything.
Breakfast? We got a breakfast lasagna? See, and then at what point is it no longer lasagna and just like, it's just like a casserole? Because you put noodles in that? You putting lasagna noodles in that?
In between. So sit back and relax. Let me do all the cooking. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
Ooh, did you see that little, come on, y'all, let's go. I'm skipping over her intro. Classic lasagna and garlic bread. Okay, this feels normal. We should watch.
Okay, y'all. So we're going to get started.
I hate it already. Because who knew that they made a thick and zesty spaghetti taco seasoning? But she's using a thick and zesty spaghetti seasoning. I mean, at that point, just buy a jar of spaghetti sauce. I don't understand. At that point, why not just buy a jar of spaghetti sauce?
On our lasagna, I'm doing this in sections because it is 12:45 right now. I need to get this sauce going so it can simmer, and then we'll come back and put together the cheese mixture, and then we'll assemble the lasagna. But you can use any kind of sauce you want to, but I just love doing it this way. This is how I make my lasagna, and I will give you the measurements. So This is just a quart of my home canned spaghetti sauce that I made this year. I've got some frozen garden.
Wait, Miss Ma'am. If you have homemade spaghetti sauce, I want my points. I need to go eat dinner, Zach. Khadijah, you can wait. You can wait. The fun thing about the points is that you'll still get them even if you're not here. You will still get them even if you're not here. But what I don't understand is you already made a sauce. Why do we have a seasoning packet? And I also just really truly did not know that there were spaghetti sauce seasoning packets.
Peppers. And then I just went ahead and thawed out a little bit and put them in the cup. That is probably about a half a cup of peppers, maybe a little bit over. Same for the onion, as I just pour them out.
Is that pepperoni?
And then about a half a cup of diced up pepperoni.
Yum.
Yes, I said pepperoni.
Yum.
I know it sounds weird, but it gives your sauce a little bit of extra, if you know what I mean.
Listen, you know what I don't know is what you mean. What do you mean?
Leaves the people saying.
I should go give you all your points. Choose a prediction outcome. Wow, I'm surprised that anybody said no, to be honest. But I guess I can see why some of y'all didn't think she'd use a seasoning packet, because it's fucking lasagna, you know? Like, y'all probably weren't anticipating a spaghetti seasoning packet. Did I give it to... Oh, okay, I gave it to the right ones. Leaves the people saying, what the fuck am I eating? Yeah, I guess.
So then you'll need some beef bouillon, probably about a tablespoon.
That's the code word, y'all. If you're watching and you want to enter the contest with no prize, make sure to comment beef bouillon in my comments section on the YouTubies.
Using 1 pound of ground beef. You'll need 1 can of the tomato paste, so it's 6 ounces.
Okay.
And then you'll need 1 to 2 tablespoons of garlic, however much y'all like. Y'all know I love my garlic.
Y'all know. Y'all already know.
A pack, drop some onion, of the thick and zesty sketty mix.
The sketty mix? The thick and zesty sketty mix.
And then, of course, 1 pound of ground beef. I use the 93.7. That way I don't have to drain it. So let's go ahead and get this. All right, so we have our ground beef in this pan. I'm just going to season it up with some Badia.
Damn, okay. Complete. Come on, Badia.
However much you want, you season to taste. All right, so we've got that broken.
Now, listen, doesn't season to taste mean, wait, listen, I'm not a professional chef, so professional chefs of the chat, please let me know. Please let me know. But doesn't season to taste mean that you put some seasoning on something and then you taste it? To decide... I guess it could mean, like, season it to what you know you'll like. But, like, how will I know? How will I know right now? How will I know right now because you're putting it on raw meat? It could just mean like the amount you like. I can't be so for real right now. It's like, I am being for real. I mean, this is, here's really the only issue I really truly take with it, right? Like, if I'm watching this to learn how to make this, my issue is just that, like, I think what would be helpful, this is my advice, this is my critique that I'm giving as helpful feedback, not as a drag, not because she's awful or a terrible person, but just like my feedback for people who want to do cooking content. Give us a place to start, right? Like, tell me you use 2 tablespoons of Badia complete. I'm pretty sure it's more than 2 tablespoons, right? But like, say you use 2 tablespoons because that's what you like, and then tell me like, you know, if there's something about Badia seasoning that I won't like, then I can use less, right? Like, or like with the example of the garlic, right? Say, I like to use 2 tablespoons of minced garlic in my recipes, but if you're not a fan of garlic, feel free to cut it down to 1, or feel free to use less. You know? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because, like, otherwise, what am I getting from this? I don't even know how much you put in there at all.
Zach, you forgot. You season with your heart.
Well, I'm going through 2 times heartbreak right now, so that's really rude for you to ask me to use my heart in this situation. Because my heart was broken twice. It's not working right now. Okay?
Broken up, we're going to add in our veggies. So in goes the green pepper, in goes the onion.
I thought it was 3 times. Well, to be fair, I'm not sure if she's fallen out of love or had her heart broken by the church singing girly yet, you know?
I'll let this brown up and saute together. I know a lot of people don't do it this way. This is how I've always done it because
also, aren't you generally advised to like preheat the pan a little bit? Or is that not a requirement? Because that pan is cold. Ain't nothing sizzling over there.
Meat gets cooked in with all that flavor. All right, so we have got that browned up. And now we're going to go ahead and add in the garlic and the seasoning packets.
Okay, let's
right,
go.
Like I said, as much or as little as you like.
Again,
like
not helpful.
Here.
Not helpful because you didn't measure that. Oh, how am I supposed to take any kind of feedback advice from this?
Same thing for the pepperoni.
At least, you know what I'll say? At least with the packets, it's clear how much she's putting in there.
And about 2 teaspoons of beef.
Okay, that's helpful.
Zesty spaghetti sauce mix.
Okay, great. That's helpful.
And that whole can of tomato paste.
Work.
And now we'll just stir everything together.
Okay. Listen,
now
I also got to say, for a Miss Mandy recipe, I am ready to eat this. I mean, maybe not in its current iteration, but I feel like it's going to be fine. Look at how both dry and as hell and greasy as fuck. I don't see grease. I do think, like, she needs a little liquid, but I think she's going to put that spaghetti sauce in. I think she's going to put the spaghetti sauce in. These girlies never drain the grease from the beef. Listen, you gotta get all that fat.
Make my sauce on the thicker
grease.
side, which is why I use all that tomato paste, because
I think it
don't
just
boil
needs...
my noodles. I use the oven ready noodles. That way your lasagna turns out thicker and not soupy.
Oh, whoever said that their boyfriend or somebody liked soupy lasagna, she doesn't like the soupy lasagna.
And now goes in our home canned spaghetti sauce.
Okay. Oh, it's more of the same. You can see she already had some peppers and stuff in there.
We'll stir all this together and let that come to a simmer. And we'll just let it simmer for about an hour or so.
Okay, I'm loving
then
this.
We'll make that cheese.
For the most part. Outside of my qualms about the measuring of things, I'm not hating this. This is a classic lasagna, I think.
As well, so all those flavors can combine together.
This is giving classic.
It's so good. It already smells good, so I know it's going to be delicious.
I kind of want to eat just the sauce. Actually, that does remind me. You want some stories from childhood? My mom would, when she would make her lasagnas. I think this is why I'm feeling this way. When she would make her lasagnas, she would be like, "You want to come taste the sauce, Zach? You want a little, you want a little taste?" And she would be stirring it with a wooden spoon, and she would bring it up to my mouth, and I go.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and put together the cheese mixture for the layers.
This is a fucking cheese bomb. Let's fucking go. We got cottage cheese. Oh, who was asking about the cottage cheese? See, I'm telling you, she said she doesn't like a soupy lasagna, and she's putting cottage cheese in hers. So you can do it. You can do it without making it soupy.
So I'll need probably this container of cottage cheese right here.
Work.
About half of this
Parmesan,
so about 2.5 ounces. You will also need a couple, probably 2 cups of mozzarella.
Where's the mustard though? What do you mean where's the mustard? Who's putting mustard in their Who's putting mustard in their lasagna? Cottage cheese instead of ricotta. Yes, that's what I was saying earlier. Listen, I grew up eating, so I don't know if my mom used cottage cheese. I think she might have used ricotta. But I grew up eating people's lasagna that had cottage cheese in it. I'm just telling you. Actually, now that I think about it, I think my mom might have did a mixture of cottage cheese and ricotta. To be honest with you. People use cottage cheese because it's cheaper. I'm just saying. I know some of y'all are like, it's weird, but I know at least in the Midwest of America, people do it.
And a cup of Italian, along with whatever...
Oh, I just realized the reason somebody said, where's the mustard, is because there's cottage cheese. The brain is not firing on all cylinders today. The brain is not firing on all cylinders. Thanks for your patience.
Seasonings you want, but I'm going to use a Badia Complete.
Of course you are. She
Italian
uses that in
seasoning.
everything.
So let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Okay, so first we're going to start out with a half of this container. Since I'm cutting it down, I'm only going to make like a small. Usually I do a 9x13.
I wonder if we can't speed her up a little bit. I don't mind going a little bit over because what the fuck am I doing with my life today? Nothing. But we can't be here forever.
I'm doing like an 8x11, so I won't need as much since I'm making so many lasagnas. All right, so I've got about 20 ounces of the cream cheese in here. The container was about 24 ounces. I saved a little bit for me to snack on. And then we're going to empty about half
come through cottage cheese. Cottage cheese queen.
Parmesan right on top of it.
I have to get to dinner. Can you put her on 2 times speed? Very funny, just poopy Jamie.
For the Italian, about a cup. And then about a cup.
This is iconic.
Actually, we'll do 2 cups of that.
Yes, let's do it.
And now we're just gonna
use
the spoon that was the cottage cheese. We'll put some Badia Complete in there.
Let's do it.
As well as the Italian seasoning.
Let's do it.
We'll give this a stir together, and this is just gonna hang out.
I love cheese.
Until we're ready to
Unfortunately, I think I am gonna have to start cutting back on. Cheese because cholesterol, sodium. Sad day for Zachary Mike.
Lasagna together. All right, so this sauce has finished cooking up. I'm just going to give it a quick
that sauce
stir around,
looks good.
and then we'll
I'm
get
sorry,
this
it
lasagna put
does.
together.
I'd eat it.
Get it in the oven.
I'd eat it. I'm not sorry, actually.
I've already got the cheese mixture set out.
You can't do low-fat cheese either? I don't know. Is low-fat cheese worth it? I want the full flavor, the full fat. Listen, I have not yet stopped eating cheese, just to be clear. No, and also nobody told me to stop eating it. I just get in my head and I'm like, maybe I should stop eating cheese. I should stop eating dairy.
And I've got our dish sprayed, so we're going to go ahead and get it assembled. And then to do that, we're just going to use the cremette oven-ready lasagna.
Let's go, oven-ready.
And it has the directions right on the back. So we're just going to go ahead and
wait, feta is not just a replacement for, like, any kind of cheese, first of all. Feta is, like, such a specific, like, flavor of cheese. Texture of cheese. Everything of cheese. You know? But do you eat eggs? I'm allowed 4 a week, according to my doctor. And then, 4 whole eggs, and then I'm allowed to eat as many egg whites as I want, apparently.
Okay, so I wanted to show you these noodles close up.
Why did they look like that?
Sheets, they're not rippled on the edge like
no, I want the rippled lasagna.
Would be, but these are just flat sheets of lasagna.
I want the rippled. Was somebody saying something? Did y'all hear somebody say something to me? I'm losing my mind. What was that? What was that? But anyways, when it comes to lasagna noodles, I want the ripple. I want the ripple.
Right here. So we're going to start by putting a little bit of sauce in here.
Maybe somebody's talking in the background of her
cheese,
video.
Sauce, noodles, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. All the way.
There must be a TV or something on in the background of her video because I'm hearing it again. Or I'm losing my mind. It sounds like somebody's talking. Okay, Chunky Squirty Boy. Chunky Squirt Boy hears it too. Chunky Squirt Boy hears it too.
It until the top.
The ripple makes it not cook as fast, apparently.
Love,
Really?
love my cream of wheat.
Ribbed for her pleasure lasagna only, please.
Olivia Sore, I literally never thought about it that way, but I'm not mad at you saying that. I'm not mad at you saying that at all. Professional Gaslighter 69, thanks for gifting a tier 1 sub to Chunky Squirt Boy. Appreciate it. Why do you all have such fucking rotted names? Why are all of your names so rotted? Those lasagna sheets are trash. You don't have to boil regular noodles. I was going to say, I feel like I've seen people put in regular noodles unboiled. My mom always boiled them, but I don't know. Who are you talking to, though? Not me. Sorry. Oh my god. I am sick. My name was inspired by you, Zach. No, it wasn't. How would I inspire that? And Queef Latif, you're one of them. You're one of them. Okay, we don't have to go through all this.
Right here, so we just put down some more sauce.
Okay.
And now we're going to put down
also,
the last layer.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now, but do any of you all know what I would have said in yesterday's Twitch stream that would get the re-upload demonetized? Because I'm just recalling right now in my head that when I uploaded it earlier today, because that was a thing I did today, that was one of the only productive things I did, it had already been demonetized. I asked for them to review it, and if they don't, like, approve it to be monetized or whatever, I'm just gonna let it go, because, like, not the end of the world. But I was just curious if anybody could have remembered something I said. And it doesn't say, doesn't seem to say why it was demonetized. I'm just curious if anybody can remember anything. I think you spelled... I'm not going to say that again then. I'm not going to spell it or say it. I'm not going to spell it or say it if that's the case. Not Horns. I didn't do that. The things I said about him were without knowing that, and I also wasn't even really making fun of him, to be clear, but here we are. Okay, well, oh, people were asking, oh, I do kind of remember that too, yeah. Yeah, okay, lots of options. Maybe I shouldn't have asked about it, because now this is all going into the recording, too. All right, well, anyways, whatever. Let's keep going.
Layer of cheese. I do this by hand because...
It could have been
like
that, too, Rosette. It could have been.
And better throughout the whole
also,
lasagna instead of just using a spoon and having to rake it. I
don't like how she's putting the cheese on this, and I also don't like how the cheese looks. The cottage cheese has kind of a revolting looking texture right here. And, oh yeah, and it's all going under her nails. Yummy. But I'm sure it tastes fine. I'm just like, it looks a little weird.
I don't like that. This is how I've always done it. But
love my cream of wheat.
I should call him.
Now, what about this makes you feel like you should call him, Carly? What about this makes you want to pick up the phone and call him?
Right on ahead.
Okay, all right, we got it.
All right, so we got that last layer of cheese done. Now we're going to go ahead. This top layer, we're just going to use the last four and kind of overlap.
Okay.
Just fine.
It sure will be just fine.
We'll put this last in 45
Okay.
to 45
All right.
minutes
Great.
covered. And
Great.
you'll take that off.
Great.
And top it with cheese. Put it underneath your broiler and let everything get all nice and golden brown and bubbly.
Okay.
And you're going to be ready to eat after it sets for about 10-15 minutes. And I do want to mention that I put this on a sheet pan in case it like bubbles over. That way you have no mess.
Great.
Minutes.
I just need to see the
foil
final
off.
product.
As you can see, all the noodles have puffed up, so they are completely done. Now we're going to go ahead and put
Poe? What's up, Bunny? What's up? What do you need?
the remaining cottage cheese mixture on here, and then we'll top it with some extra cheese. It'll go under the broiler until it is nice and golden brown.
Okay. Oh, is this the final? This looks like this probably tastes fine. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at it? Would you just... Oh, I'm forgetting about also all this fucking music she's using. But would you look at it? Jas doesn't like it. Diet Sody says it's a no from me. Chunky Squirt Boy says, I love foreskin cheese. It's low fat. That's why we can't have nice things. Why did I read that out loud? YouTube's not gonna like that. Cilantro's not for me. Is that what she put on top of it? Why would you put cilantro on a lasagna? I figured that was parsley or something. Oh, breakfast hash brown lasagna. Now, girl, this is just a breakfast casserole. This is just this is not lasagna. This is just a breakfast casserole. Is it not? Is this not just a breakfast casserole? A quiche that's baked in a casserole dish? I'm sick of it.
Lasagna. All right, y'all. So we're getting ready to make a breakfast.
Ew! What are those mushrooms?
Love,
Why are we
love,
putting
love my
mushrooms
cream
in
of
it?
wheat.
I don't like mushrooms. I don't know if you knew that. Matt and Cheese, thanks for those bits. Appreciate it. I'm not reading that out loud either.
Lasagna, yes, a breakfast lasagna. This one is going to be so good. It's actually a breakfast lasagna with hash browns. So for this, you'll need some butter.
I
some
love her
eggs,
egg
12 to be
container.
exact, so a whole dozen. You'll need some milk, some Canadian
milk?
bacon. They said sliced thin. I couldn't find any, so I just bought the regular thickness Canadian
Ooh.
bacon, and I just...
What do y'all Canadians know about the regular thickness bacon? I know we got some Canadians in the chat. Would you care to speak to the regular thickness?
chopped it up because I think it would go better in this instead of pulling up a whole piece of Canadian bacon. Then I've got
Sure.
some onions and peppers chopped up
Well,
right
that's
here.
because this isn't a lasagna. It's fucking breakfast quiche casserole.
And then I've got some cheese. I think
I
this
don't know
is
why
about
I'm so
2 to
angry
3
about
cups
that
of
as a
cheese.
concept.
I've got sharp cheddar, and then I got some mozzarella, and of course our shredded hash browns. 8 ounces of supposed to be sliced mushrooms, but there again, I like to keep stuff uniform. So
The mushrooms are... I hate mushrooms, and those mushrooms in particular look canned and gross. Horns is thanks for the bits, and Lizzie thanks for the
love
bits.
my cream of wheat.
Not Horns is saying, I actually have to go eat dinner. Go eat your dinner. Enjoy. Enjoy your dinner. It's better in Canada because they have both the Canadian bacon and the regular bacon strips. We have both Canadian bacon and regular bacon strips. What do you mean?
I diced them up, and then I've got some sliced up Havarti and Gouda. We're going to actually layer this, hence the lasagna.
Okay.
So we're going to...
No, is that all lasagna means to people? Is that things are layered? Is that what lasagna means? I'm gonna go look it up, but I got I gotta set you down, bud. I gotta set you down. But I need to go look up what is the definition of lasagna. Okay. All right. Wait. Let me just look at all of them. All right. Like the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Let's just pull it over. Shall we? Lasagna, noun. Pasta in the form of broad, often ruffled ribbons. A baked dish containing layers of boiled lasagna and usually cheese, a seasoned sauce of tomatoes, and meat or vegetables. So, it's not, you know what it's not giving? It's not giving lasagna. I don't see any of, nobody said lasagna is just layering shit, you know? Lasagna, layers of food ingredients in a 9x12 pan baked in an oven. Shay, where did you get that definition? Shay, where did you get that definition? Because I didn't see it. Can you link me to, can you cite your sources? I'm gonna need more information, bestie. I'm gonna need more information. Oh, you got it from your brain. Oh, you got it from your brain. Okay, you're a big brain over here. Okay, all right. Okay, well, let's see. I mean, this is just not gonna hit.
I'm gonna go ahead
but
and
I'm gonna see the layers.
Onions and peppers and Canadian bacon and all that sauteed up first.
Okay.
Before that, we're gonna go ahead and get our hash browns and everything in the casserole, and then we'll start browning everything.
All right. Well, let's see.
And we'll also need some salt and pepper to taste. So let's go ahead and get this put together.
See it.
All right, so we're gonna put the bag of hash browns in the
bottom. It's not even layers of hash browns. You just put all the hash browns on the bottom. That's just making me think more and more this is just a casserole.
Sprinkle it with some salt and pepper. They said generously. I just say season with your heart.
Because that's not even layers then. You just got one big ass layer of hash browns. Oh, but she's telling us to season with our broken heart. Wait, we'll go back for that.
Sprinkle it.
She called it casserole? But she called it lasagna too. She called it lasagna too. That's what I'm upset about because it's not a lasagna. I refuse to call it that.
Before that, we're going to go ahead and get our hash browns and everything in the casserole, and then we'll start browning everything up. And you'll also need some salt and pepper to taste. So let's go ahead and get this put together. All right, so we're going to put the bag of hash browns in the bottom. So then we're going to sprinkle it with some salt and pepper. They said generously. I just say season with your heart, however much you want.
Season with your heart. However much you want.
However little you want. We're just going to give it a good shake. And now we're going to set this aside.
I can't believe she's asked me to use my heart. It's broken right now.
Here. So I'm going to do half of the cheddar. And then half of the...
This is not layers.
Mozzarella. Now we're going to set this aside and get to working on those vegetables and the Canadian. All right, so I got 2 tablespoons.
I don't need to see her saute these things. I don't need to see her saute them because I know what sauteing vegetables
Okay, so while those are sauteing up, this is not...
Those mushrooms do still look disgusting, though.
Or so. We'll just throw that one in there and let that get happy for a little bit. All right, so I've got 12 eggs in here. We're going to add in 2.5 cups of milk.
Okay.
We're gonna add in.
I don't think this. Listen, we'll take a vote. Do you all think this is lasagna? Start a poll. Manage poll. New poll. Is this recipe lasagna? Yes. No. Those are your only options. You got to pick one.
Love my cream of wheat.
2 months converted from the YouTubies.
Valkyrie Disturbed, thanks so much for 2 months of subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much.
Salt and pepper.
I've already influenced the vote with your semantics. You can vote however you want. If you think this is a lasagna, I want to hear from you. Use your voice. Use your voice. Stand up for yourself. It's the standing up for yourself era, and you should stand up for yourself. If you want to stand by this being a lasagna, then stand by it. Stand by it. Stand by it. I was just referencing a dictionary.
And we're going to give it a good whisk together. This is what's going to get poured over top. I guess you would kind of consider this the sauce of the lasagna.
No, it's not a lasagna.
Some people will probably say this is a casserole, and I can't disagree with them, but...
Now what did I say? Now, what did I say? Now, what did I say?
The recipe honestly says breakfast lasagna with hash browns.
Well, the
All right,
recipe
so
is a lie.
On top of the potatoes and cheese mixture, we're going to go ahead
It's a lie.
and just kind of put those sauteed vegetables right over the top and just kind of spread that over.
That does not
enough
look
to where everybody will be able to get some of those
That's
veggies.
a no from me. It's the mushrooms, really, because otherwise this is really fine. I just really don't like mushrooms. I am being biased there. I am really. The mushrooms just look so gross.
Now, the recipe says you can slice up tomatoes too. If you wanted to put tomatoes in here, I have some anti-tomato, fresh tomato people in the house. So you would put those over top right now.
Okay.
But we're going to exclude those. I'm just going to...
You got anti-fresh tomato people, but not anti-fucking mushroom people? Well,
with some
okay, I'm so glad that 94% or 95% of you agree that this is not lasagna. Zach, who's your bias? My bias is that I don't like mushrooms. Exactly.
Tomatoes. Now we're going to come back in with that Canadian bacon. We're going to do the same thing with it. Just kind of spread it out a little bit. And then next, we're going to top it with the rest of the cheese and pour all those eggs over the top.
We haven't even put the eggs in yet? We haven't even put... Oh, there's the eggs. Now, why did we get the sliced cheese just to crunch it all up and split it all up and tear it all up is what I was looking for. FYI, I made a wiki account solely to make you a page. Turns out they don't accept most social media people. I think that's probably for the best, Jordy Flower. That's very kind of you to think of me.
All right, y'all, here it is.
Oh,
Hot
look
and
at
fresh
that.
Out of the oven, still
Hot
sizzling.
and fresh out the kitchen.
It smells absolutely delicious.
Okay. Now, if she's got anti-tomato people, why'd she add these chunks of tomato? Why the chunks of tomato? I also have texture issues, and I'm curious about why it looks so wet inside. And I have to, it worries me because I feel like that's uncooked egg. I feel like that's egg that didn't cook. Call me Amberlynn, but eggs, especially scrambled egg texture, makes me feel sick. I'm sorry, Miss Mandy, but this breakfast casserole looks vile and barfalicious. Not even ranch could save this. I'm sorry I couldn't finish reading your message. Well, yeah, I think to some extent that's what I'm saying is like the egg looks very liquidy still. Like, I feel like that's what that liquid-looking texture is, and I think that that's what's concerning to me. That's what's concerning to me. It looks too moist. And I don't understand the tomatoes. Now, who the fuck called it? Who the fuck? I called that she's gonna do a Mexican lasagna. It's probably tortillas for the noodles. Probably tortillas for the noodles. It looks like there's some corn in there. Some corn. Maybe that's cilantro on top. Well, do you think there'll be taco seasoning? I feel like there's got to be taco seasoning in this. Get out, coming from your friendly neighborhood Mexican. You know what, though? Miss Mandy from Managing the Maze is not the first to do a Mexican lasagna. I promise you. Not the first, won't be the last. White women love making Mexican everything. White women from the Midwest, particularly. I'm pretty sure my mom probably made something similar at some point.
All right, y'all. So supper tonight is going to be Mexican.
Wait, she has chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and cumin. She must have ran out of some taco seasoning packets, because those are the things that you put in taco seasoning. Obsessed. She got us.
Lasagna. I saw Fallon over at Moss Family TV make this, and it looked...
Fallon over at Moss Family TV? Is that what she said? That all sounded really made up. Fallon at wait, let's just look up Moss Family TV. No. That can't be it. What was it?
All right, y'all. So supper tonight is going to be Mexican lasagna. I saw Fallon over at Moss Family TV make this, and it looks...
Ma's favorite TV? Moss Family. Oh wait, that did pop up. Moss Family TV. What are these? How do these people come up with their YouTube channel names? Why the TV on the end? Why the TV on the end? All right, cozy autumn homemaking. Walmart grocery haul. 10 holiday pies. Breakfast and Christmas. Okay, all right, Moss Family TV. Sorry, I can't hear, apparently.
Looked heavenly, and she raved about it. So we're gonna go ahead and make it, but I'm cutting it in half. But I'll have her video and the recipe and everything linked down below, so y'all can go and try it as well. But I got a pound of ground beef here. I got an 8-ounce block.
You know you're in trouble when I can understand Mandy and you didn't. Listen, again, the brain is not functioning.
Of cheese. I got the large tortillas. She said to use mediums, but this is what I have. You also need a can of Rotel. I'm just using the Great Value mild version of Rotel.
Love
just
Rotel.
as good, half the price. And you'll need a can of corn. It'll be just drained because it'll be for a layer in it. You'll also need some chili powder, garlic powder. Onion powder is not in there, but anytime I use ground beef, I like to have garlic and onion powder in it.
Work.
You'll also need some ground cumin.
Work.
And of course, pepper, salt, and you will need some sour cream. I just
cream.
have 2 of the 8-ounce sour creams. The recipe calls for 24 ounces. This is what's going to be your layer in your Mexican lasagna. So let's go ahead and get this ground beef.
No, she really has convinced herself that lasagna just means layering stuff. She's really convinced herself of that, you know?
Browned up and the cheese shredded and everything ready to go, and we'll start assembling. All right, so in this bowl, we're going to add in 1 8-ounce container, and then we'll probably do half of the other one. So we'll have about 12 ounces of sour cream to work with.
Oh, I just love that.
12 ounces of sour cream to work with.
The splat. Anybody feeling compelled to call him again because of the sound?
Original called for 24, and we're just cutting it in half. Now we're going to add in 1 can of diced mild Rotel, not drained.
Okay.
I did add in the full.
That's going to be soupy.
So we're going to go ahead and stir that together.
That's going to be soupy.
A little bit. Now we're going to add in the
chili
powder, cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, and salt and pepper to this. And that's all about a half a teaspoon each.
Is this supposed to be like the sauce? Is this supposed to be the sauce?
Everything.
Is that what that's supposed to be? Oh, are we're not measuring the cumin or the ground anything? Okay, wait. Oh, she's also playing all this music. It's gonna get claimed. I can just see it now already. Is it done? What's the final product look like, Miss Mandy May?
So we have our sour cream mixture here. We've got our drained corn. I cut up some of the tortillas just in fourths. That way I can put it into my little 8x8 square dish.
Oh, okay.
I got our block of...
How did it come out looking so white? How did that sauce come out looking so white? This is a Mean Girls. You can't just ask the sauce why it's white, Zach. But, like, why does it look like that?
Cheese grated up, and I have our ground beef ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and start
together. I was feeling like it should take, like, seasoning the beef to be, like, with taco seasonings. That's kind of what I was expecting. And that for it to, like, all be more of, like, a reddish, orangish consistency.
All right, so the first thing is we're going to put some of this in the bottom, just like you would a normal lasagna. You would start by putting sauce or a bechamel sauce in the bottom.
Now, girl, don't act like you ain't ever made a bechamel sauce. You think she's ever made her own bechamel sauce? That's like you know, there's like 4 basic sauces or whatever in cooking. I can't imagine she's ever made a homemade bechamel sauce.
And then we will put our tortillas in next. This right here is why I cut them into fourths, to where I would have corners.
Oh, so
Now we're gonna put our ground beef, more of our sour cream mixture, corn, and cheese, and we're just gonna repeat those layers.
She's so innovative. She's so creative. Okay, work. Look at all these layers. That corn just going in there completely unseasoned. Love that. Just unseasoned corn, unseasoned beef. Really relying on whatever that mixture of the Rotel and sour cream to do all the heavy lifting flavor-wise. Okay, all right. We made it to the end, I think. I think we got there.
All right, so we've got this ready. It's going to go into a 350-degree oven for 35 to 45 minutes. Probably more on the 35 for my oven, but just keep an eye on it starting at 35 minutes.
Okay.
All right, y'all, here it is.
Did she add cheese to it? How did it get so cheesy? Look, it's there, and then it's there. I guess the cheese just melted, probably, right? Okay, stop asking dumb questions, Zach.
It's hot out of the oven.
I want to see the cross section.
Cool off just a little bit so we can slice it. And
I know she showed the cross section at the beginning of this, but I forget what it looks like already.
Serve it on up.
Let's just take a moment. That's looking wet. That's looking wet. That's looking what with some wet ass. You know, it's looking that. It's looking that. And also, thanks for pointing out the concept of hot sour cream is also interesting, which is essentially what that is, just with some Rotel in it. Why wouldn't you do a refried bean layer? Yes. Actually, why not like a refried bean layer? That could be so good. Also, yeah, how about maybe just make nachos? I have a lot of questions. About this as a concept. I think that there's ways that you could do this. I don't know if this is the way. And then what is all over here? Did she add salsa over here? Because, like, what is this? That must be salsa, right? Yeah, that's salsa. Oh, and a whole side of fucking sour cream. You already got sour cream in it. You already have sour cream in it. Why do we need this mountain of sour cream over there? If you think about this, it's kind of like a Crunchwrap Supreme, but not. No, I was thinking about that earlier when the person suggested, I think Maya suggested refried beans. Like, you could do something closer to the idea and concept of, like, a Crunchwrap that I think could be good. But I don't think that's what this is. I would eat it. I would try it, but it's probably overall going to be a no for me. She somehow manages to make at least one component of any recipe look beige and gray. Yeah, that sauce stuff looks very beigey. It's a moist wrap supreme. True, so true. Oh, and then this was, I was going to say, the other one I think I suggested was like a white chicken lasagna. So the only one I essentially didn't predict was the breakfast one. Because I think people do often have white chicken lasagnas. This is actually going to be a lasagna. This actually also kind of looks good.
All right, y'all. So tonight is going to be a white chicken lasagna or chicken lasagna, whatever you want to call it.
And she has the frilly noodles this go around. Let's fucking go.
But for this, you'll need some mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
Of course, your lasagna noodles. Chicken broth, which I don't have any chicken broth, but I'm going to make my own chicken broth with this and some water. You'll need a chopped onion, just a small chopped onion, some garlic, heavy whipping cream, and milk. Or if you have half and half, that'll be fine. This is just equal parts. That's what we're going to use in this. You'll need some ricotta cheese, some Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, some flour, some chopped spinach. I just went ahead and chopped that real quick. And then I cooked my chicken in the crock pot last night and shredded that. So we've got enough there. It's about almost 2 pounds of chicken right there. Let me just put it that way. So we're going to go ahead and start by getting these noodles.
I know. Look, I love cheese. So I know it's a lot of dairy. And I get it. But I also understand her. I know her. I've been that girl. I've been that girl, and I love dairy. So listen, I'm not trying to speak for the big dairy industry. I need you to ask your cardiologist about that. I think I'll pass. I don't know that he'd probably approve this.
Boiled and getting them put into some cold water, and then I'll bring you back to do the spinach sauce, which is just like a bechamel sauce with spinach in it, and then we'll put everything together.
All right,
so
let's
in
go.
this skillet, I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of avocado oil. You could use olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever kind of oil you want to use. That's just what I have on hand.
Is this the bechamel? Wait, did she just say she's gonna make a bechamel? Controversial topic here, but are eggs dairy? No, eggs are not dairy. Wait, did she call it a bechamel?
Spinach sauce, which is just like a bechamel sauce with spinach in it, and then
a spinach sauce. It's a bechamel with a spinach in it.
we'll put everything together.
Spinach.
All right, so in this skillet, I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon.
I want to see, since I was questioning if she could do this, I want to see her do it.
Oil. You could use olive oil, vegetable
I
oil,
will
whatever
eat my words.
you want to use. That's just what I have on hand. We're gonna go ahead.
I don't know how to make a bechamel, to be honest with you. Well, wait, do I? I know how to make a roux. I had to make a roux in or maybe I did make a bechamel in home ec in high school. We had to make our own sauce for when we made macaroni and cheese. Do you normally make a roux or a bechamel for that?
Saute up our onions.
I just said that I doubted that she would make a bechamel sauce because she's always using like pre-made stuff. That was my whole thing.
All right, so the onions have cooked down. We're adding in the other 2 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
We're gonna let that melt down. Then we're gonna add in our flour, chicken broth, and then our milk and cream.
Well, also, isn't this kind of like a roux? Or roux? Because this is how I would go make a roux. You start with an oil, then you add in like a flour, and then you end up adding in milk and cream. Oh, bechamel is a roux plus milk. See, y'all shouldn't trust me for anything. If y'all are watching me and taking everything I say super seriously, stop doing that. Stop doing that.
So we've added in that flour. We're letting it cook down until
the roux is the flour and fat. It becomes a bechamel when you add the milk. Okay. All right. Okay.
a little bit of a golden color, which is almost there. Probably looks a little bit different on camera, but you want to make sure that that flour taste has cooked out of it.
Of course.
Now we're going to add in the 2.5 cups of chicken broth slowly, since that has browned through.
She's doing it. I feel like this is the most homemade cooking we've actually seen her do, and I'm kind of obsessed.
Cream.
I'm kind of obsessed.
And then
this white chicken lasagna.
All right, so that has thickened up. Now we're going to add in our milk and our cream.
Love it.
Equal amounts.
Love it. Love it.
And we are going to
stir
this up.
Love it.
We're going to add in some salt and pepper. And then let that come back up to a...
Look at Zach's Twitch being a learning experience over here. That's all we're doing here. That's all we're doing here is trying to learn. You can learn and grow every day. Honestly. If only we had a chef in the chat to educate us. If only.
Then we'll add in our garlic and our spinach. We're going to add in our garlic.
Okay.
However much you want. It's perfectly fine. And then we're going to add in our...
Measure with your heart.
Chopped spinach. I do stems and all. You don't have to put the stems in there if you don't like them.
Okay.
I love it all.
All right. I'm taking the note.
We're going to go ahead and let
y'all don't like the noise?
Simmer for a little bit. Then we're going to remove it off the heat. We're going to leave this over to the side. And we're going to go ahead and start on the cheese mixture. Right,
to be honest, I really don't like the stems of spinach either. But it is what it is.
We've got a 15-ounce container of Parmesan. We've got 1 egg, which I forgot to mention.
And
then we've got about a half a teaspoon. No,
wait, that's Parmesan? Did she mean like ricotta or something? I think she said the wrong word, right?
Probably a whole teaspoon of parsley flakes. If you use fresh, you need about a quarter.
She said Parmesan.
And now we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of Parmesan and...
Oh, yeah, she definitely accidentally said Parmesan instead of ricotta.
3
she
cups
just
of
said
mozzarella,
Parmesan
and we're going to give it a
again.
good mix.
Okay, I love
And
this.
now I put 2 cups of mozzarella in here. I am saving 1 cup to put on the very top of this lasagna.
Good
So
idea.
we're just gonna go ahead
Way to think
and
ahead.
give this a good mix.
Way to think ahead.
And then set it aside and get our casserole dish sprayed down, and then we'll get this put together. All right.
Her videos have so much ASMR noise.
Right, so we've got our sprayed casserole dish. We're gonna come in.
I don't know if we need to see her
with
layer
a little
it.
bit of that bechamel sauce right on the bottom.
We might not need to see her layer it. We might
give
skip.
that a little
We might
swooshy
fast
swoosh
forward.
to kind of put it everywhere. Now we're gonna add in 3 noodles.
I just want to see the general idea, and then I'll skip over the rest of it.
Well, 3 to 4. It depends on how they fit. So.
Ooh, she cooked these.
And then we're gonna come in with half of the ricotta mixture and half of the shredded chicken, and then a third of the bechamel sauce, and we're gonna do 2 layers of that.
Okay. All right. Work.
I felt like one needed to go there, so I put it there.
I appreciate that. Thank you so
Now
much.
we're gonna
That was
come in with
bothering me.
Half of this ricotta mixture, so I'm gonna kind of break it up a little bit, and that way I can kind of spread it
Okay,
around.
I'm not skipping because I'm fascinated. I'm not skipping because I'm fascinated.
A little bit.
This is like, okay, the first lasagna, I was like, yeah, I would eat that. It looks like lasagna. This is the first recipe today though that I'm actually like, oh, I really want to eat this.
It's gonna be tricky. Keep them noodles from going every which way.
I don't know. I mean, she's just cooking for her family, so it's probably fine that she keeps putting her hands all over everything. I don't know that I love that, but I get it.
Best tools God ever gave you was your hands for cooking. So
Amen.
that's what I always say. So we're just gonna go ahead and spread this around.
Amen, bestie. Amen.
This is half of the chicken.
Now the chicken looks unseasoned. That is also though a problem that I've seen across the board on her stuff is like, why does that chicken look so bland? Why do these meats look so bland?
Just eyeballing that. Now we're gonna come in with a third of our bechamel sauce.
Okay.
Put that all over. And then we'll put a third on the next layer, and then we'll put the rest on top. Y'all, this is gonna be
so good.
Love my cream of wheat.
We need this as a cooking video from you, Zachary Michael.
I don't know about that. I honestly, truly, I don't know that a lot of cooking videos will be in the future just because of the stuff going on with my health and things like that. It would just really depend on what the things that were being cooked were. Just because, like, you know, I want to take care of my health.
Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and repeat these layers, what I just did, and I'll bring you back when we get to the top. Alright, so we've got our last layer of
Oh, we got to the top!
Sauce, pour it all over the top. Put that
Love
remaining
my
1 cup of
cream
cheese
of
on there.
wheat.
Can we slow this down? I've finished dinner.
Brenda! Also, we're starting another hype train? Oh my gosh. We don't usually get to do more than one because you can only start a hype train so often. But thanks for starting a new hype train. That's so fun. How enjoyable.
Put it in the oven, 35 to 45 minutes until it is cooked all the way through because those noodles have to finish cooking.
Okay, we're good. We're good. There it is.
That's why I love lasagnas, and I love me deliciousness right here. We're gonna have dinner for a couple days on this one.
Okay,
that's why I love lasagnas,
love my
and I
cream
love
of
me some
wheat.
leftover lasagna because the flavor gets better. So we're
So
gonna let this sit
true,
here and cool. I
bestie.
got some breadsticks in the oven, and then we're gonna have a yummy supper.
Let's fucking go. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. I'd eat it.
Love my cream of wheat.
I'd eat it. Oh my gosh, thanks to all the people sending bits. Sub Princess, Just Poopy Jamie, Lil Birdie, thank you so many. Thank you so much.
Love my cream of wheat.
Appreciate it. How many days do we have to reach level 12? Unfortunately, I think it ends tomorrow. And so I don't think we're making it to level 12.
Love
fine.
my cream of wheat.
It's very okay. It's very okay. No worries. All right, that looks good. What a great recipe to end on.
All right, y'all, I really hope y'all enjoyed all of these lasagna recipes and it gave you something new to maybe make for your family this holiday season.
Yeah, maybe.
And to take to all those family gatherings. Until next time, if you are in need of prayer, please let me know below and I would be honored to pray for you all.
Thank you so much.
And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment below. I love talking with all of you all. And if you're new here, my name is Sammy and welcome to the families.
I've never met Sammy before. I'm just gonna say, Mandy, thank you so much for sharing these innovative
Love my cream of
takes.
wheat.
The way I would gobble this, swallow this.
Oh, professional guest letter. Thanks for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Love my cream of wheat.
Oh, my Apple Watch is about to die. Khadijah, thanks for the bits. Thank you so much for sharing these innovative takes on the classic lasagna. Can't wait to take this to my New Year's Eve party this year. TFS Lila's XOXO Zach. All right. You typed so fast. Oh my gosh, I have always typed really fast. And like whenever I was in middle school and we had to take keyboarding classes, I was like one of the fastest in my class. Just to be clear. Very talented. Can y'all relate? Can y'all relate? Yo, I just realized my poop pile has an orange now. Well, yeah, it grows. They're carrots. It's a carrot mound on the screen. Anyways, YouTubies, love you so much. Make sure to subscribe. And that was the last Twitch stream for this week. So if you want to come hang out with us on Twitch, make sure to come hang out. Next week, I post the schedule on the community tab post of this very YouTube channel every Monday, so you can check it out there. And I also post it on Twitter too, so make sure to find it. Bye, YouTubies! Subscribe!